Just want to do a quick video on some Allan Bibles. I know I would appreciate it if there was a video done prior to me purchasing a lot of these, and hopefully this will be informative to some of you who are out there looking for a good quality Bible. So I'm going to start with the Allan. I have the black long primer. It's leather lined in and out. It has a double gilt line, and it's got the dark blue paper. And I think what really makes their leather covers unique is the fact they have a piece of leather from the cover going up under here, and the paper is glued down, and then the next piece of paper is glued to that, so your stress point is going to be here and eliminates the stress point that is usually here with other Bibles. So that's really the unique difference in the Allan Bible, and it's very soft, very flexible. It's got a nice tight grain. The text block is 10 point bold, very nice text block, easily readable. Pretty much flex it any way you want to. It doesn't hurt it. It's got 3 nice ribbon markers. They're in dark blue. Real nice Bible. So there's the black long primer. Just thought you might like to check that out. And the brown, this is one I purchased last year. It's the long primer too, but it's pretty similar to the one they got now. This is the absolute softest one, in my opinion. It's got a much thicker cover. If you'll notice on the black, I don't know if I showed this to you, you can actually see an impression of the Holy Bible. I don't know if you can see that in this light, but I tried to get it out here in the natural light so you can see what it really looks like. And it's got the got the brown paper, same deal, glued like that. Takes the stress off of the book block itself. It's got a nice little cover page there. Allan Publishers. Got the license here, so they got license to publish the King James in Scotland. And just want to show you a few. Let's see. There we go. There's Genesis. So nice, bold print. It's identical text block to the black. So all the long primers are going to be the same. With the brown, you're going to get, like I say, it's a lot softer. It's a smoother grain, still very noticeable, but not quite as intense, I guess would be the word, as the black. And it has the 3 honey gold colored ribbons. And they all have a subject index, dictionary of proper names. Yeah, there you go. Dictionary of proper names, subject index, concordance, maps, and every one that I have has 32 pages of college ruled notebook paper in the back, so they're very nice, very handy for taking notes. Now, on to the blue. I have 3 examples of the blue long primer. All of these are not mine, so don't get excited. I just noticed on the Bible Design blog page on Facebook, people were talking about the variations in the color. And as you can see, there actually are slight variations. This is the first one I purchased. Very smooth grain. When you open it up, it's a very thick piece of leather. It has calfskin, double gilt lines, again, dark blue paper. And when you open it up, the text block's identical. It's got the 3 cardinal red ribbon markers. Just a real nice look. I like how the page edges are blue. It's just easier on my eye to read for extended periods. I really like this Bible a great deal. Same deal on the back, the college ruled note paper. Exact identical text block as the black and the brown. Just a different color option basically. And of course this is the limited edition, so there's only going to be 200 of these. So I felt that it was imperative to show this to you. And equally as flexible. When I hold it in my hand, it folds right in half. I could actually fold it right in half. It's really flexible. I like it a lot. And there's that. And this is the second one I purchased. There's differences in the lengths of the ribbons. Let's see if I can get a good shot of that. You see here, this one is extremely, there's a very big difference in these. So just minor things like that, you know, cosmetic stuff. But I guess, all in all, the same Bible. This one has a much more pronounced grain than this one, but this one is a lot more than this one. So, you know, smooth texture, not as smooth, whatever. Nice blue long primer. Moving right along, I have an example of the Revere Blackface 20, the Allan 20, and very soft, very nice. It has natural Morocco instead of Highland goatskin. I don't know if they've changed that, but it basically is the same thing. The blue paper, and it has the Oxford self-pronouncing Bible at the top there, and Revere Blackface edition. India paper. So excuse me. The pages are a lot thinner, so when you turn fast, you may miss an entire book. I mean, the pages are thin, but there's very minimal ghosting in this Bible. One thing I did want to point out is when you go to Matthew's, always a good place just to look at a Bible. So I'll turn there. As you can see, the self-pronouncing text can get a little cluttered on the page, but it is helpful if you're a student of the Bible and you want to know how to pronounce everything correctly. There's a pronunciation guide in the front, and there's pronunciation marks on everything. You know, the title inside, Jesus Christ, every time it's written down, it's just like that. So that's what you're in for when you get the Blackface edition. They do also have the bracket here at the top where they number every chapter from Genesis 1 to Revelation 22. And this Matthew 1, of course, is 930th chapter in the Bible. So that's kind of interesting. And I do like the cyclopedic concordance in these. They're very, very detailed. So if you don't have one, they also have the cyclopedic concordance in the Revere Clarendon. But I don't have an example of that to show you. But I just thought that you would like to see this one at least. It's a very thick concordance to be a small. As you can see, it's a small Bible, very thin Bible, but at the same time has a beautiful grain, very thick piece of leather. No complaints whatsoever with this Bible. It's very nice. And I have another one that I purchased first, and this was actually a zipper Bible, but I didn't like the zipper, so I cut it out, and I did a pretty decent job. You can't really tell, but it's got the glued on paper. You know, it's starting to come off a little bit here. Pretty decent. It's got a goatskin cover. I think this one cost $115 when I bought it new. It doesn't have Allan anywhere on it, but it was sold on the evangelical website. That's where I purchased it from. It does have much better paper, however, but unfortunately this is not offered anymore, so I guess it really doesn't matter, but I thought I would show it anyway. So there it is. And moving on to the Ruby. Now the Ruby, in comparison to the Blackface, is shorter but a little thicker. So it kind of gives you an idea of the size of the Ruby. And if you want to look at the Ruby compared to the long primer, there you go. They're almost identical except for the size. I mean, the ribbons look the same. The overall texture is the same. Of course, it has and concordance in addition to Holy Bible, which I kind of like that. It's kind of different. The problem a lot of people have with the Ruby is the text is just small. I think it's 7-point. I do like the Ruby. It's a nice little Bible just to tote if you need to go somewhere quick, and it's got really excellent paper. I was going to show you the front here. It's printed by Clays Limited in Britain, so I don't know if anybody knows who they are, but they do a pretty good job with the text block. It looks nice. It's traditional. They have the words that the translators added in italics, so that's something that the long primer does not do. So and also the blackface does that as well. But there's your ruby Highland goatskin. It comes with 2 ribbon markers, like so. And anything but the long primer is going to have 2. So the blackface will have 2, and the ruby will have 2. And there's your maps here in the back. And they're smaller, but they take up the whole page. It's pretty nice. And it also has lined note paper in the back. So basically the same Bible as the long primer, just a much smaller version. And the cover is very flexible. You can, bend it, whatever, and it smooths right back out. You can do your Bible yoga with it. I bought this a little over a year ago, and my wife liked it so much she decided to use it. So I haven't used it in months, but she graciously allowed me to film it for this. So there's that, and here's the second example of the ruby. I got this one probably 6 months ago because I didn't want to take the Highland goatskin around and get it all tore all to pieces. So I kind of used this one a little more harshly than I would. And I've got coffee stains in it, and I'm sure. This is goatskin. I guess it's their mid-grain. You can only order this from directly from Allan's site. Evangelical Bible doesn't carry it, but it's got the glued paper, and it's held up pretty well. It doesn't have a yap on it. The edges overhang slightly. It looks nice. It's still got the art gilt edges, the red, and it's the exact same text block. It only comes with 1 ribbon, however. So, but I think it was 42 pounds. I think it would end up being $67. So, $67 for the mid-grain, and $93.75 I think is the going price now for the Highland goatskin ruby. So there's your choices, and just kind of give you a view of them stacked together. You can see the yap there on the Highland goatskin. I prefer that look, obviously, but it's not something you want to, recklessly abuse unless you have unlimited funds. But they're very nice Bibles, very, very expensive, but I think they're worth the money, and that I think that they're built to last. So there's your ruby, there's your blackface, there's your blue long primer, your black long primer, and your brown long primer. And I hope this has been helpful. Any feedback would be appreciated, and God bless. Maranatha.